I watched the clip of you talking about you versus Nas, and I said, "Oh, that's just Jimmy trolling. That's just Jimmy getting the people going." But people bought all the way into it. So was I correct? Was that what it was, or what was?
I mean, you're definitely correct, but let's be correct. I didn't start it. There was a young gentleman that they asked the question to, and his viral clip went viral. It was a young kid from Atlanta. He was on a podcast, and they asked him who's more relevant, Jim Jones and Nas. And that clip was super viral, and that led all of these people at platforms
to ask
that questions. And naturally, if you're going to talk about me, I'm gonna always talk my shit. You know, I know how this game goes.
Yes.
But I don't want nobody to think that anything that I've done was me starting. That was just me being asked a question and me answering as a man. Even from the beginning, like in the beginning of the year when I did the Justin interview, I didn't start it. They asked me how I felt about what was said about me on another platform from some other people. You know, I'm not a troublemaker, but I like trouble if that's the case. You know what I mean? If that's what we're going into, and not to say it like that, but you know, I'm for it. I'm built for it. This is what my whole thing was built on, was that type of engagement, and so here we are. And I gave people a prerequisite. Like, yo, I know how to go viral. This is easy. We're in an easy society where it's very easy to.
People take that bait so easy.
Too easy.
It's a little scary, but you seem to not, I mean, you're not afraid of it. But I see you also seem to lean into it.
Sometimes.
Yeah. What do you get out of that? And then what? And why?
We're in a community where everything goes viral. Naturally, everything viral turns digital, and digital ends up with streams and turns into a revenue stream for me, of course. And I'm so on everybody's Explorer page. I'm at the top of this page. I'm at the top of that page. So whether you like me, don't like me, know who I was, and now find out who I was, one click away from making me some money. You know what I mean? In that aspect. And then I also have a record label. I have artists. I have records out. I have music out. It makes it that much easier to know who Jim Jones is. It makes it that much easier for you to become a fan of Jim Jones. Like, I'm worried about myself when I make all of these moves at the end of the day. I know how to turn my negatives into a positive. Man, I didn't know how many people love Nas. But people, and I'm watching people go absolutely batshit crazy, like, oh damn. But it's with hip hop. I mean, there's people that I adored as a fan too, that I probably would go batshit crazy in the same situation and things like that. I love it. That's what the game is built on and things like that. But let's not make no mistake. I put a lot of work in, and I did a lot of incredible things that a lot of people have not gotten to do in this industry.
Yeah, the fact that you're still finding ways to be relevant.
But I left a long trail of good things that the generation now are gravitating to more than when we actually did it. Is who I've made myself to be is more prevalent now than when I started. As I'm looking at these younger kids coming out here, and fashion-wise, some of the lingo, like, it's just incredible just to see what I left and how these young generation is holding it up.
What are you most proud of?
Me?
Yeah.
Me? Now, I mean, I'm proud to still be here. Perseverance is a testament of the game. You know, this is a young game, is what they say. I've seen so many come and go. So for me to still be able to feed my family and live the life that I want to live without complaining and asking anybody for no help and things like that is a great place to be. It's not easy. So I had to learn a lot along my journey. It wasn't an easy road. It still ain't an easy road. It's an uphill battle for everybody that's a hustler and trying to get money or a businessman. It don't stop.
Yeah. There's so much about your journey that I'm sure we can learn from. I want to get to all of that. But what is your relationship with social media right now? Like, it's like a scary place, but clearly you're not scared of it. Clearly you dive in, you bait it a little bit.
Yeah, like, man, I look at it, and then I'll probably go jump in the pool, be laughing like, yo, bro, you got to stop, man. Just go jump in the pool. Just wait till it click up. And then I drop some music, and then they go viral. Oh, no,
like, you really don't care about the perception of how things are fed or the received or the comments, or you don't care.
Expect that. Whether you do something good or whether you do something bad, they're going to talk negative about you. They're going to try to downplay your accomplishment no matter who you are and things like that. But it's cool. I know that I'm great at a lot of things that people would love to be great at. I accepted that a long time ago in life. You know, that's not going to stop my greatness. I'm going to continue to excel in who I am. I'm comfortable with that. You dig? Like, I've never seen somebody hate and do the same thing across that line of discretion. So it's like, yo,
do you like that though? Do you like the idea of somebody underestimating you?
Yo,
or
I love that.
You do?
I love that because I can see it from a mile away. I can see you don't know me from a mile away. I can see you don't know my strengths and my abilities. Or I got the ability to do anything I want to do in life. I'm a jack of all trades. I'm not the master of none, but I'm better than the master of one. Like, it's a whole thing that goes with me, and I really mean that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if I feel like if I wanted to be a doctor, I probably could be a doctor like 4 or 5 years right now if I was to go to college. That's how ill my brain is and things like that. I'm not the most naturally talented person. I have the ability to learn anything I want to learn, as people are seeing today. I've learned myself how to rap. I've taught my lessons and I taught myself, you dig? And I put myself in this position. And I have no problem with learning other things in this life. I'd rather be a learner than a person that thinks they know it all.
People probably don't realize that you didn't start in your career as a rapper. You started
At all. I started as
what was the
Cam's
first
partner. My first job in this thing was a hype man for Cam. You know what I mean? But I started as Cam partner, became in this mission wholeheartedly. I knew what my job was. He knew what his job was.
What was your job?
My job was to make sure nothing happened to that man while he was trying to be successful, because I knew that if he be successful, then he's going to turn around and make him successful. And that's exactly what happened. You dig? Everything else is doesn't even matter. And
how much
knows it and I know it.
I was going to say, how much do you credit you being successful to Cam?
I credit a lot to Cam, but I also credit a lot to us, because behind closed doors, it was us that put him in that position.
So it was the combination.
100%. I mean, he was doing music a long time and things like that, but it was a pivotal moment where, before he got signed, them 2 years was very crucial to everything that we did together in his journey of becoming who Cam is. And that's along with Bedford too and things like that. And I take nothing away from their story that they had as friends and all that before me. But I know that pivotal time when them two individuals got kicked out of school, I came in as a lifesaver. You know what I mean? I gave them niggas food and shelter when they didn't have it. Not saying they couldn't get it, but they know the situations that they were in. You know what I mean? As school kids.
And you gave them food and shelter. How did you have money for food and shelter?
I learned how to do it. You dig? My grandmother had passed when I was a teenager. I've been on my own. You know what I mean?
Since when?
About 17.
17.
I mean,
by
myself.
In an apartment?
They came live with me in the projects in my grandmother's house.
In your grandmother's house? Oh, but she was gone.
Passed away.
At 17?
Yeah, 17, 18.
So you got the apartment to yourself. They come, but you still got to pay the rent.
Yeah, I paid the rent. I paid Kuda Love rent. That was Mace manager. I was a hustler. I always been a hustler.
You were in the streets.
I know how to make money. You dig? I don't know if you want to call it the streets, but I know how to make money. And I'm not saying they don't know how to make money. I'm not saying that there wasn't times where Cam had to do what he had to do to make a dollar and things like that. But from the beginning, I always had to make a dollar because I always been on my own.
Yeah.
I raised my whole family since I was a teenager. I used to hustle and get my mom's money. You heard it. When me and Cam got together, we figured out different ways to make money together. And Cam put us in a great position to be where we at right now. So I took no credit away from him. But it was a pivotal time that.
That's crazy when you think about it.
He was a hype man, a person that was backing to where he is now. I think that's an accomplishment. Jim Jones is out and Cam, and you're sitting there, and Jim Jones is like, I don't even spend money on weed. You know what I mean? I buy 5 nickels with a $20. And you look at that person to the person that he is now, this man won, man.
You dumb 9-to-5 worldly pagan sheeps. Instead of worrying about Nas and Jim Jones, you 40-year-olds worry about your own life. Get your own life together. With your big belly, barely can pay rent. Rap, sport, all of this is just to distract you from what's going on in your life.
Roger. Tell these
King Gus.
subscribe to the Prophet channel.
Oh, I got you.